Church here in Hamilton, and I'm with Dawn Davis, who is the Faith Formation Coordinator for the Diocese. And we've both been involved in the One Thing Committee, and we've been really enjoying hearing some of the stories, and Dawn is the one who receives people's pledge cards that talk about some of the things that they are taking on in their One Thing program. So I was wondering what some of the people have been saying, Dawn.
Wow, we've gotten about 100 pledge cards, actually over 100, so it's been really interesting to receive them. And a lot of them we've been forwarding to Bishop Susan, so she gets to see what's going on too. But here's a bit of a sample of some of the pledge cards and the various one things that people are taking on for this, especially in this time period before Easter. So one was that they got quite engaged in the forgiveness book that Bishop Susan had offered as an option for our churches. And so many of the pledges were to take on as a one thing, participating in that program, then the book study, and then the process that was involved in it. And a number of people have reflected on how meaningful that has been in their lives. We've also seen that a number of people have taken on practices that they've abandoned, that they did these practices before, but they have fallen away from. And so the program has actually enlivened people back into initiating their spiritual practices again.
Excellent.
Sometimes some of the One Thing pledges are quite sentimental and meaningful. So this one woman wrote in that she is going to be praying with prayer beads, which she has not done before, but she's going to be using her mom's prayer beads, her mom's rosary, and her mom had just passed away recently. So this was a kind of a meaningful way for her to transition her grief and to just feel close to her mom, soon after this. So that's
kind of an unexpected thing to hear about for the One Thing, but very interesting.
And I think a really neat spiritual way of entering into that grieving process in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Others in our diocese have taken on very academic ways of approaching God, because of course we all have our own pathway for spiritual formation. And this individual has decided that he's going to go deeper into the book of Isaiah. So he's spending the whole time, if he needs to, until November, to read the book of Isaiah and to study it deeply. And he has all kinds of questions and ponderings, and he's been researching with commentaries and talking to clergy and whatnot to get a deeper awareness of this book. So that he's making his way through Isaiah.
Very interesting.
Another person found, and this may touch a lot of our people's hearts, that nature is a really significant way for people to connect spiritually and to draw closer to God. And so this one individual said that her petition, her pledge, is going to be to every week find one day where she can go to the waterfront and to just take some time there, to not just go and walk, but to be prayerful about it and to enter into sort of quiet breathing and be aware of the nature around her, to listen to the birds and to the water, and to use her senses to connect more deeply with creation and also then to communicate with God.
Real mindfulness practice.
Yeah, I thought it was really neat. This I just want to highlight, and I'll finish, that we had a young person who was about 7, who heard about the One Thing being promoted in his parish. And so he came forward and said to his minister, unsolicited, that his one thing is going to be to really, really, really love God.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
Yeah, well, that was simple, but that got right to the point.
Oh, excellent. And that's the whole thing with One Thing. It's a little bit different for everybody, and it's about following our path and about deepening our faith and our spiritual life in whatever meets us, wherever we are, because that's where Jesus meets us, wherever we are.
Amen.
We hope that you will consider taking on a One Thing practice that might really help you in your spiritual journey as well.